Hello and welcome to News 9 show, The South Indian. My name is Sudha Sadanand. As usual, I shall bring to you 9 top stories from the south of India. Let me now begin with the first story. Much anticipated film Kalki 2898 AD makes a staggering entry at the box office. That's our story, the great Kalki saga, first day, first show as it were. The eagerly awaited film Kalki 2898 AD, directed by Nagashwin and featuring Prabhas, Amitabh Bachchan, Deepika Padukone and Kamala Hassan, has finally hit the theatres. This cinematic experience blends Hindu mythology with a dystopian narrative focusing on the mission to protect Deepika Padukone's character, believed to embody Kalki, an avatar of Lord Vishnu. Across the nation, cinephiles and fans alike are caught in the fervour of Kalki 2898 AD. Industry experts from Sachmik predict the film could rake up to 200 crores globally on its opening day, or maybe even more as we speak, potentially setting a new record for 2024. In India, it's anticipated to earn between 120 to 140 crores on its first day alone, marking it as the highest grossing film of the year so far. Celebrations are underway as fans across the country revel in the release of this much anticipated movie. Look at those shots, then I come back.
I think the basic concept of dystopian future and mythology is really amazing. A concept chala baagundi, and execution by Nagashwin is top notch. Okavela Hanuman cinema lo only Hanuman chupistane adi orange kelte ee movie lo he is showing a different avatar. I think avatar mundu ivanni chinnavi, and apart from that Nagashwin has stick to the concept from first to last. Even now, I still have those kind of goosebumps that I've experienced in the theater, and the soul of the movie is carried on very well until the last. And I'm afraid that Bahubali 2 records will be clashed with this movie, and that is definitely going to happen. And India deserves this kind of a movie.
You saw the way the celebrations are, in the South Indian industry. It's the fans like this on your screen which actually add multiple layers to the success of a film, particularly if the film has big stars, those you see. Look at that, beating of the drums, dancing away. As you know, this film is directed by Nagashwin and it's a dystopian mythological drama. Look at the crowd after they have watched the first day, first show, coming out, and their gestures, their body language, everything shows that they have loved the film. Look at those visuals yet again of the poster, fans standing right at the roof of a big building, breeze blowing. I mean, what an atmosphere indeed, for those who are the fans of Prabhas, Amitabh Bachchan, Deepika Padukone. That's the kind of frenzy that you see in the South, and my God, that's Prabhas. The cutout of Prabhas, which is really huge, and that's what cinema is all about in the south of India. The atmosphere, look at the atmosphere, take in the atmosphere. Those are the lovely shots of the film Kalki, which we are celebrating today. Kalki 2898, crackers bursting, people celebrating, people climbing onto the rooftops, crying slogans, dancing, waving flags. That's the beauty of this film. This is what you have to expect of the film Kalki, a dystopian future when the Ganga has dried and people of Kashi struggle for survival, like Prabhas in the role of a bounty hunter named Bhairava, accompanied by an AI bot named BUJZ1. The wonder of the film is such that, the way the tickets sold much in advance, 26,535 tickets for 1726 shows, 7.7 crores in Telugu, and this is before it released. Today, that is the kind of revenue that it generated. In Hindi, 13,833 tickets of the film for 1738 shows, grossing 743.6 lakhs. In Tamil, equally earning 5.12 lakhs. I mean, what a win this has been for this movie. And the special feature in this film is the special car, the Bujji van as it's called. This is the car which was built by the Mahindras. It's a customized car, and 20 minutes into the film you see Prabhas entering. That's the car, the Bujji car, and this was created, it was customized, it was specially created for the particular film. 20 minutes into the film and you see Prabhas in the role of Bhairava entering the screen, bursting forth on the screen to talk about it. Time for a break, but just don't go away. We're going to come back and discuss more on Kalki, the magic of Kalki, the film. Stay with us.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
How do you fulfill that promise? Because ultimately expectations have to be met. If you look at the political landscape, is it really changing for women? And what is the inability of the forces that dead bodies surface but not the living people?
When we talk about India, unfortunately the country has the highest burden of road crash fatalities.
तो लगभग 76% लोग पेडेस्ट्रियंस और टू व्हीलर वाले हैं जिनकी डेथ हुई है. While the highways are getting better in India, the local roads, the city roads, the town roads, these need to be improved.
This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
This is News 9 Live, India's only digital exclusive live stream. For the early adopters, bringing you the news 24/7. For the smart audiences on the smartest TVs. News 9 Live. Stream now on your smart TVs.
Our focus today is such a special day. 27th of June, first day, first show of this film, the Kalki 2898, which is being directed by Nagashwin and starring Prabhas, Amitabh Bachchan, Deepika Padukone, Disha Patani. That's the film. The film is making waves. Of course, there was a lot of advance bookings much before the film was released. And today, at first day, first show, the people went crazy. I'm going to show you the visuals yet again and then maybe talk a bit more about it. Let's play the visuals full screen of the celebrations. Let me now go across to Nagendra Kumar, who's a well-known film critic, to speak more on this film. Nagendra Kumar, thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast. You know, what an opening for Kalki. Have you seen the film, Nagendra?
Yes, I have seen this morning. Thank you for inviting me, first of all.
Tell me about the film. Tell us all how lovely the film is.
The film is a stunning, brilliant piece of director Nagashwin's genius. I tell you one thing, because it is very difficult to compose such kind of a story, bringing back those characters from mythology like Ashwadhama, Arjuna, Karna, and all these characters, and combining it with the future fantasy. The director's brilliance lies in how he could forecast that situation in the coming ages. It is very difficult to conceive that kind of story, in fact. And more importantly, let alone the conception of the story, but the next immediate part is, that translating that conception onto the screen with a fantastic support of technology, graphics, and everything. It is something mind blowing. Today, normally we have been always appreciating the Hollywood films and the Hollywood style of making, and we all, the children, right from children to all educated people, love to watch that kind of Star Wars and reading those comics, whichever you call, Phantom or Superman or whatever. But in this film, what Nagashwin really delivered to the Telugu audience in particular and to the total nationwide audience in India, he has really, he has articulated that fashion of Hollywood kind of filmmaking with all his brilliance, not without missing the thread of that mythological intensity, where Ashwadhama character has been living on this land of India for centuries, for yugas, after being cursed by Lord Krishna.
Yeah, Nagendra Kumar, I also want to ask you that, people, when we talk about films like this, and I'm not going to call it a South film at all, Nagendra. I think it's a pan-Indian film. Prabhas is a pan-Indian international star. Of course, Mr. Bachchan is the star of stars. So it is not fair, I think, to call it anymore like a South film, because I think after RRR, after Bahubali, these are films which have international standards. Nagendra Kumar, tell me something. Do you have a gut feeling that Kalki is going to even surpass Bahubali and RRR?
There is every chance, because the film has opened up in India with about 120 crores net draw at the box office today, with 2 million tickets, both pre-booking and today's opening ticket booking. So if you take that, people are people like me who are into this film industry for so long, they are just predicting that this Kalki film is going to turn out more than 500 crores at the end of the week. That is really stunning, and there is every chance, because after Bahubali and one or two films, Prabhas did not have a proper
have to shout
success
over all these crackers, over all the voices and noises. Dhananjayan, first day, first show of Kalki, what brilliant opening, would you agree?
Definitely it is opened great. I would say this is, if Avatar is for Hollywood, Kalki is for Indian cinema. I'll put it in one line. If Avatar was appreciated for the technological use of Ramayana, how they presented beautifully various characters, like that Mahabharata has been used so beautifully in Kalki, and Kalki is a true answer for international kind of filmmaking in Indian cinema. Phenomenal opening everywhere, both in all over India as well as in Tamil Nadu. A lot of appreciation for the film and the vision of the filmmaker, and outstanding performance by Amitabh Bachchan. In fact, I would say, Sudha ma'am, the hero of this version, Kalki 1, is Amitabh ji. He is the one who steals the show, and he's actually throughout the film, and the film goes through his life of Ashwadama. It's an amazing film, and getting back to the history of Mahabharata, everything is so enthralling and so engaging. A fantastic vision by Nag Ashwin.
Yeah, Dhananjayan, tell me something, that the mixture of dystopian, of mythology, of futuristic thing, do you think that's a perfect cocktail to get in all the audiences, age notwithstanding, gender notwithstanding?
Absolutely. What you're saying is the right one. See, everyone talked about Avatar is, brought back Ramayana. In Mahabharata, there is so many characters. And Ashwadama is an amazing character. Nag Ashwin picked up the particular character, shown the way he is living 6,000 years later, and through him, telling a story, everybody can connect across the country, across the globe. This is one story everybody will be able to connect, and that's why this film is so brilliant. Kalki is so brilliant because they could bring back the mythology, they could bring back science, they could bring back the future of how the world is going to be. Everything is fantastic. Very much amalgamation of so many things in one film. Rarely you can see, and you can see in Kalki that.
Tell me something, Dhananjayan, that a lot of euphoria, you say it's a perfectly made film. Tell me something, the next question which everyone is asking is, will it surpass, Dhananjayan, the glory and the success and the international status which was given to RRR as well as Bahubali, Dhananjayan?
International status this film will certainly get, because this is going to bring in a lot of newness to the audience there. People are going to see, wow, this is the Indian mythology and everything. In terms of box office, there are certain limitations for the film, because this brings in the future, this brings in science, this brings in a lot more technological aspect, which we are not sure how lower level audience who are looking for a Bahubali kind of simple story. See, all the audience, they look for, common denominator is a very simple emotional story. This is not such a simple story. This is a very complicated, layered story with a lot more characters, lot more technological use. So obviously one is not very sure about how much the film is going to connect to the lowest level of audience. But if that connection happens with the lowest level of audience, we call it lowest denominator, this film will be a phenomenal hit. We have to wait and see, the level of reach of this particular film. But I can certainly watch in all the urban centers, this film will be lapped up and it will do a phenomenal business.
On that note, thank you so much, Dhananjayan, for joining us on the broadcast, and also thanks is due to Nagendra. Both of them say, make no mistake, this is a super duper hit. Our next story coming up, war of words erupts between the NDA and the India bloc over the Sengol in Parliament.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी.
For the very first time in our investigation, we unmasked the killer of Ravindra Matre.
In 5G, we have to stand with the world, and in 6G, we have to lead the world.
Winning a Grammy was an absolutely surreal experience.
The confidence is certainly back in the market.
Do tighten your seat belt so that you can withstand volatility.
I have one humble request to all the viewers of News 9 is that please don't go, there will be a lot of choppiness, there will be a lot of volatility. Look at long term, don't look at short term. Buy quality, don't buy quantity, and wish you all the very best.
हमारा टाइम आ गया है और रहेगा.
This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
All right, our second story today is the Sengol controversy. You know, when the Sengol was installed in the Lok Sabha during the inauguration of the new Parliament building, last year it was hailed as a symbol of Tamil culture, which found place in the newly minted August House. It was also seen as Prime Minister Modi's Tamil push, which he focused on thereafter. Today, Samajwadi Party MP R.K. Chaudhary stirred a huge row over Sengol after he demanded that the historic sceptre be replaced with the constitution in the Lok Sabha. In a letter to pro-term Speaker Mahatap, Chaudhary called Sengol an anachronistic symbol of monarchy in a democratic India. He then went on to explain why he said what he did. He said, Sengol means Rajdand. It also means Raja ka Danda. After ending the princely order, the country became independent. Will the country be run by Raja ka Danda or the constitution? I demand that Sengol be removed from Parliament to save the constitution. Also, listen in to what he said.
देखिए, हम अम्बेडकरवादी हैं और बाबा साहब डॉक्टर अम्बेडकर ने संविधान लिखा है. जब से देश में संविधान लागू हुआ है, तब से देश में लोकतंत्र है. लोकतंत्र का जो प्रतीक है वो संविधान है. लेकिन बीजेपी सरकार ने, खासतौर जो पिछली सरकार है, मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में उस संसद भवन में जहां स्पीकर बैठते हैं दाहिनी तरफ, सेंगोल स्थापित कर दिया है. सेंगोल तमिल भाषा का शब्द है. उसका हिंदी माने है राजदंड. राजदंड का और हिंदी माने है राजा की छड़ी. राजा की छड़ी और माने है राजा डंडा. कभी राजा जब अपने दरबार में बैठता था तो फैसला करता था, एक डंडा पीटता था, छड़ी पीटता था. अब इस देश में 555 राजाओं को सरेंडर करके ये देश आज़ाद हुआ है. और अब हर वो व्यक्ति, चाहे महिला हो चाहे पुरुष हो, अगर बालिग है और वोट का अधिकार रखता है तो उसके एक एक वोट से इस देश में शासन प्रशासन चलेगा. ये तय हो गया है. तो अब देश संविधान चलेगा, न कि राजा का डंडा चलेगा. तो इसलिए हमारी मांग है कि अगर लोकतंत्र बचाना है तो संसद भवन से सेंगोल को हटाना है।
Then came a statement from Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav, who defended Chaudhary's remarks on Sengol and gave it a new twist, saying that the MP was only seeking to point out that Prime Minister Modi omitted to bow down before the Sengol after taking oath in the Lok Sabha.
आपके सांसद कह रहे हैं कि सेंगोल हटाया जाना चाहिए।
मुझे लगता है कि हमारे सांसद इसलिए कह रहे होंगे कि जब पहली बार लगा था तो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बाकायदा प्रणाम किया था। इस बार शपथ लेते समय शायद वो भूल गए, उसी को याद दिलाने के लिए लगता है मेरे पार्टी के सांसद ने कुछ इस तरह का पत्र लिखा है। देखिए, जो राय उस समय मेरी थी, मैंने ट्वीट किया था। आप मेरी राय आर्काइव से निकाल करके सब चैनलों पे चलाइए। मैंने क्या कहा जब प्रधानमंत्री जी ही प्रणाम करना भूल गए तो इसका मतलब उनकी भी इच्छा कुछ और होगी।
The opposition, of course, took great exception to Chaudhary's remarks, with the BJP saying how the Samajwadi Party was hell-bent on insulting an integral part of Indian and Tamil culture.
Samajwadi Party has opposed Sengol in Parliament. It says that it is Raja ka dand. If it was Raja ka dand, why did Jawaharlal Nehru ji accept the Sengol? This shows the mindset of Samajwadi Party. First, they attack and abuse Ramcharitmanas. Now Sengol, which is part of Indian culture and Tamil culture particularly. Does DMK support this kind of insult of Sengol? They must clarify. The question is that the mindset to reduce Sengol to a walking stick for many, many decades has once again come in the form of Samajwadi Party. They do not respect Indian culture, they do not respect Tamil culture, and therefore they are again insulting Sengol. The DMK must take a stand on this.
You know what, I'm a Tamil. This has now become a debate between the north and the south, with Tamil being at the center of it all. Also between symbols of a democracy and what can be construed as archaic and outdated symbol of an era gone by. I'm going to be joined by Salem Dharnidharan, spokesperson of the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, to explain what his party's stand is, and also as a Tamil. But let me first take a break, and then I come back and Dharnidharan and I shall speak about the Sengol. See you on the other side.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
20,000 people dead and counting. What's happening in the United States of America is unprecedented. You will have to pay for this.
There are beautiful golf courses, there are well played golf courses, there are great greens. But I think we are a combination of everything.
Now, because of the nature-friendly atmosphere here, plenty of water, you can hear the birds. So lots and lots of birds live on this golf course.
Every corner you have a different vista. You have the beautiful Sayadri range behind you, and it's just endless. It keeps going on and on and on and on. So I think no matter what floor you are, you're always slapped in the face by this most amazing view that takes your breath away for a second.
This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
जानना है तो देखिए, समझना है तो सुनिए, सीखना है तो पूछिए, और कमाना है तो खरीदिए। जानकारी, सलाह और निवेश सब एक ही सुपर ऐप पर। पैसे का सवाल है तो जवाब है मनी9। आजादी पैसे की। अभी डाउनलोड करें।
This is News 9 Live, India's only digital exclusive live stream. For the early adopters, bringing you the news 24/7. For the smart audiences on the smartest TVs. News 9 Live. Stream now on your smart TVs.
All right, we're going to talk about the Sengol controversy, and before I took a break, I introduced the guest today, Salem Dharanidharan, spokesperson for the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. Dharanidharan, thank you so much for making the time. What is your opinion on this entire brouhaha over the Sengol?
I think the first and foremost, the concern for the new incumbent BJP government should be about the NEET scam, about unemployment, high inflation, lack of consumption in rural areas, conducting a census, and all the necessities of the common public. Ever since this new Modi 3.0 has taken over, I don't see any developmental issues that's been spoken. Their mandate has been drastically reduced simply because they did not listen to the youth of the country. They didn't listen to the voices of the people. The MSMEs are in doldrum. So tell me, in the last 3 weeks, has there anything about the development that's been spoken?
That's it. I will do a full show with you, but today let me just focus on Sengol. Now, the Samajwadi Party is an entity of the India bloc. You're part of it. You're in alliance with the Congress Party, and you know that Congress Party and SP did a splendid job in Uttar Pradesh. Do you agree with what Mr. Chaudhary has said? The Sengol is an anachronistic piece, and it should be now, you know, the constitution should take center stage. The Sengol should not be. I'm asking you as a representative of DMK, your thoughts on this?
We have already made our stance clear when the Sengol was put in the parliament.
Right.
This Sengol had a religious connotation to it. Right, and which is why we said India being a secular country, anything that has religious connotation to it do not have a place in the parliament. And what the honorable member of parliament Samajwadi is saying is right. You need constitution to be upheld. This Sengol, in other words called a spectre, you can find it across the world when kings or the queens will transfer power. They will give it to the successor. This has happened also in the in the UK, right? But are we in a kingdom? We are in a democratic country, right? So we don't need Sengol, because Sengol also shows like, oh, we are going back towards the rule of a king, authoritarian regime. So we do not stand with Sengol. In fact, Aranya Ranna has also questioned the rationale behind Sengol. In fact, our leader made this interesting tweet on the day the Sengol was put in the new parliament. He said the Sengol bell bent the very first day, because that's the day when the wrestlers were mishandled.
That's right. I remember Muka Stalin saying that, you know, when the wrestlers and the women.
Also, you know, and if I have to make a one-liner from Tamil, Sengol those days used to imply golden rule. But we have a Kodungol government now. Kodungol in Tamil translating to the horrible government in which inequality has increased. The poor have become poorer. 21 richest people in this country have the wealth equal to the 80 crore people. After COVID, nearly 150 people per day have have died because of poverty. Every day, 2 farmers on average have committed suicide.
Right. So, but I also, you know, I remember what Muka Stalin said. He said the Sengol has been bent today. I remember that day very well when he tweeted and he said that look at the wrestlers on the one hand. But also, let me also tell you that what Kanimuri said that day. She said, she addressed Prime Minister Modi and she said, you brought in Sengol with a lot of pomp and show, Prime Minister. But have you heard of the Pandyan Sengol? The Sengol that shattered when the king failed the common people. So, my whole point of quoting this is that at nowhere did your party say Sengol is a wrong precedent. They use Sengol as a kind of a symbol. Sengol is bent, Sengol will be shattered. As a Tamil, as a party which stands for Tamil culture only and rejects anything which is and calls it an imposition, as Tamils, do you think that a very Hindi party like Samajwadi Party saying that what is this, why do you keep this? The constitution should be in its place. Do you agree as a Tamil? I am asking you, Dharan. I may be against the Sengol, but as a Tamil, I don't know. We got to think about it.
See, you can't bring regional identity to anything and everything. No, there has to be rational behind it. They are not saying, oh, we do not like the Tamil culture. They are only saying a Sengol should be replaced by the Constitution of India because this government, we feel that the Constitution is not being upheld and Constitution is supreme rather than a Sengol which signifies the rule of a king or a queen. So I don't think there should be a need for regional identity. In fact, DMK also gave reservations about the Sengol for his religious connotations because this Sengol which the Prime Minister kept in the Parliament had a clear religion in it, and which is why we said no, because a secular country. I don't think we should bring regional identity into anything and everything.
All right, but Shehzad Poonawalla has said that it's an insult by the Samajwadi Party to the Tamil people, Tamil language and Tamil culture. Your comments on that, Dharan, because it can also be seen.
I think Mr. Poonawalla did not also get into the history of the DMK and what Aranya Ranna had to say about Sengol, as well as why we had reservations about the Sengol, right? We stand for the Tamil identity. Of course, we are proud of it. We want Tamil language to be given importance, Tamil culture to be given importance. But what has to be given importance in the Parliament is the Constitution, right? And we are saying the Prime Minister, you are coming and trying to speak in Tamil. You start trying to read Tamil. You start with just rhetoric. But what have we done for Tamil language? The money that's been allocated to Tamil language has been reducing each year.
Right.
In Kendra Vidyalaya schools in Tamil Nadu, not teachers, which was raised by our Rajya Sabha MP.
Right.
Things like that. You may go and rhetoric, you can do whatever you want, but what are you actually doing for Tamil Nadu? In fact, when the recent floods happened, the money is not given. So leave symbolism aside, right? These are ways to fool people. But what is the BJP actually doing for regional identity, particularly in this case, Tamil identity?
Okay, so the message I get from you is that you could totally support what Samajwadi Party has said. Let the Sengol be replaced and let the constitution be the centerpiece of the new parliament. Great. I thought, a party from Tamil Nadu, will perhaps, I thought you will bat for the Sengol, not for the religious reasons. I know where you stand so far as religion is concerned, but as a symbol of something which is associated with Tamil. A Gopuram is associated with us. It could be associated, of course, with Andhra, with Telangana. But I'm surprised, and maybe that's, and I respect your views completely. Thank you so much. I've completely run out of time. Thank you for making the time also, Dharan. Next story which is coming up is Andhra Deputy Chief Minister Pawan Kalyan alleges misuse of rupees 2092 crores funds of the Swachh Andhra Corporation by the erstwhile YSRCP and Jagan Mohan Reddy government. So that's the focus. Pawan Kalyan, the actor turned politician, today the Deputy Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh says that YSRCP misused 2092 crores. Now the newly installed government in Andhra Pradesh, led by Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu and ably assisted by Deputy Chief Minister Pawan Kalyan, is doing all it can to reverse all the so-called misgivings of the erstwhile rule of Jagan Mohan Reddy. After highlighting the Rushikonda camp office, which shocked everybody because of his ostentatiousness, in the latest, Deputy Chief Minister of the state, Pawan Kalyan, expressed shock to find that the Swachh Andhra Corporation, or SAC, which had a corpus fund of 2092 crores in 2020-21, is now left with just 7 crores. Calculate that in your mind. 2092, 2020-21. Today, 7 crores. To briefly explain what Swachh Andhra Corp or SAC is, it was started in 2015 with a goal to achieve the campaign's Swachh Bharat mission launched on 2nd October 2014 by the Prime Minister. Some of the mandated work of SAC includes eliminating open defecation, eradication of manual scavenging, solid and liquid waste management, information, education and communication, and capacity building activities to maintain cleanliness and hygiene in both urban and rural areas of Andhra Pradesh. So what Pawan Kalyan, the Deputy Chief Minister, has highlighted is the alleged loot of its funds, by the previous YSRCP regime. He said, and I am quoting him here, clearly it was the result of the large-scale diversion of funds by the previous YSR Congress Party government. While seeking a report on the matter, Pawan Kalyan observed that a sizable chunk of the funds devolved by the central government along with bank interest was also misused. According to him, the corporation had spent nearly 729 crores and also 508 crores in 2021 and 2021-22 fiscal years respectively. I beg your pardon. The balance of funds at the end of financial year 2021-22 was 1067 crores, which was reduced to 3 crores at the beginning of year 2022-23. Pawan Kalyan added more details to unveil the level of siphoning of funds in the SAC. Where were the funds diverted to? This money was more focused on the rural folks of the state after all. Will this also form part of the white paper that the present government is planning to bring out on the mismanagement of several things, and among that funds during Jagan Mohan Reddy's rule? Let's talk. Satya Boli Sethi, General Secretary of the JSP, is joining us, and also Narayana Murthy, spokesperson of the YSRCP. Very warm welcome to both of you. Satya Garu, where has the money gone? Can you hear me? Satya Garu?
Sudha Sadana ji, and also, yeah, I can hear you. But am I audible?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good evening to you. Good evening to you,
sir.
and to my friend Narayan Murthy. See, this thing is, Panchayat funds have never been vested with Panchayat for several decades,
right.
Not only this last 5 years. But last 5 years is absolute loot. It's not even the life is left there in panchayats. So actually, got a call just before your debate started, and I just wanted to check with one panchayat sarpanch what has happened with her panchayat. There is a panchayat called Korkallu. It's a Dalit panchayat. There is a Battu Lila Kanakadurga is a panchayat sarpanch, and she said 71.24 lakhs have been diverted from her panchayat itself, one panchayat. So imagine 13,000 panchayats in Andhra Pradesh, 13,325 panchayats, and what would have been the fund diversion from the panchayats? Actually, 29 subjects have been transferred by the amendment, 73rd, 74th amendment in 1995. But so far, those things are not enjoyed by any of the panchayats in Andhra Pradesh, in most of the country also. The reason is the panchayats, MLAs and the ministers wants to enjoy the funds and the application of distribution of funds, and we never gave Gram Swaraj to the Grams. Actually, Mr. Pawan Kalyan took Panchayat Raj with an intention to restore the lost rights of the panchayats, completely energize the panchayats. Panchayats are the real kingdoms. Actually, Panchayat Sarpanch would have as much power as the chief minister of a state. He is the chief minister of that panchayat, and that panchayat, they should decide what they want, not the chief minister or the ministers. So now what has happened is,
go on, sir.
Panchayats will get money from Finance Commission and National Health Mission and Manrega, Swachh Bharat. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is giving Swachandra funds. And Pawan Kalyanji is talking about one segment of the Panchayat funds. Itself is so much. Imagine Manrega, what's happening in Manrega.
That's what I want to ask, because that's right, Satyagaru. I mean, also, ladies and gentlemen, let me read out some statistics. The central government apparently released 70 crores in 2022-23 and the state contributed 20 crores. Of the total, 46 crores was spent. It is very simple arithmetic. The corporation's funds increased to 239 crores in 23-24 and 209 crore was spent. The balance on date is 7.04 crores. Somewhere the numbers don't add up. Where is the money? If it's been diverted, like Satya Bolisetti says, that panchayats are the real kingdoms. If money is being taken from panchas and it's been spent by MLAs and other influential people, where did the money go? Narayana Murthy sir, I want to ask you, what is this allegation? One allegation after the other, Narayana Murthy garu. Rushikonda allegation. Houses were built, you take 10 houses had to be built, you built only 2. Now this is the other one. Where is the money gone, sir?
Rushikonda, in fact, they have to feel shy about that because they never built a good accommodation for the delegates who come from the Delhi or internationally. But we built it. That is the proud of Andhra Pradesh. They should feel ashamed about it. Opposition, whatever the ruling party now. And in spite of, they try to throw the mud on the opposition now.
Sir, you talk about this, no, sir. Rushikonda, okay, that's gone.
Yes,
we will wait for the white paper, sir.
That's what I'm telling.
Sir, this tell me.
See, they try to allegate it and push the mud on the opposition. But which is good for, we've done it, good for only Andhra Pradesh, pride of Andhra Pradesh. Then, now, they are talking about the, again, Swachandra Corporation.
Yes.
Swachandra Corporation, whatever the funds are there, is spent for the Andhra Pradesh cleanliness and beautification. Because it is only used for the, whatever the urban and rural.
Yeah, where is the money, sir? All this we know, sir. I'm asking you a question.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you.
Come to the point, please, sir.
Whatever the amount is there in corporation, we spend with it. We bought a lot of vehicles, cleaning vehicles, urban and rural. They don't know that. In media also, we clearly shown that. In front of media only, we started the vehicle, thousands of vehicles.
I'm running out of time. I have to save time.
Yes,
Satyagaru, tell me something. You say MLAs and other people enjoyed the money. When you say this, of course, one will wait for the white paper because I've also been speaking to the TDP. Today, I have got you on air to speak about this first major allegation by the Deputy Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. Sir, when you say enjoying, if you say, just give an example, Satyagaru, because you had a chat with a panchayat chief, how was this enjoyed? Is it for personal gain? Is it for bribery? What really went on? Or some fraudulent building or some project, sir?
No, actually, it is the panchayat account received the money for the central government or some of the state government, whatever it is immediately moved out from there without the signature of the panchayat sarpanch or anybody. Panchayat sarpanch is only the person authorized to draw the money, but whereas the money is coming into their account and going without their knowledge, that is the issue. And actually, Mr. Pawan Kalyan raised one issue of Swachandra funds. Closing of 2021 was 1,077 crores, and opening balance of the next year was only 3 crores. So where that 1,064 crores have gone? Closing balance of an year is 1,067 is balance available. And the opening balance of the next year is only 3 crores. How that can happen? These are the things which we are going to get. And actually, Narayana Murthy said that, we built a palace, the most beautiful accommodation in this thing. But that's what they have said. They said that they are renovating the old tourism houses for the betterment. But now no tourists can go there. Only the foreigner can go. Rich foreigner can not.
This is built for absolutely. So this. And the worst thing is, it's a crime that the money which is allocated for panchayats, if it disappears without even the head of the panchayat knowing where it's going, then it's a very, very serious offense. What kind of a forward steps are you going to take, Mr. Bolisetti?
All officers will be punished, and concerned panchayat minister, whoever it is, will be booked, because see, the biggest problem here is the panchayat sarpanch is the only authorized person. This money is intended to spend for that panchayat.
Right.
Earlier, in 2 years, they received all the money back, saying that electrical dues. So electricity bill dues are there. So the money you receive, suppose Sudha Sadanand, the sarpanch, received 60 lakhs and entire 60 lakhs is withdrawn because some other account is there. That means where the village will go. The village will go without development. They don't need any money for that.
Yeah, with the very purpose is lost. The very purpose is lost. I mean, like Narayan Murthy sir, I'm sorry, I have completely run out of time, but you said it's for rural and urban Andhra Pradesh. But when there is no money, sir, the poor people will remain poor. This is the history of this country. That's why the rich keep becoming rich and the poor are always forever poor. And you said your government is for the poor. It's a pity what has happened to Rajasekhara Reddy's party today. It is a pity, sir, because I've seen the rise of Rajasekhara Reddy. What a leader he was. On that note, I've completely run out of time. Apologies are to both of you, Satya Garu as well as Narayan Murthy Garu. Thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast. And the day the white paper is released, I'll be the first one to come on air and tell you piece by piece as to how Andhra Pradesh had to suffer. And that's the rule of democracy, that you have to first protect the dignity and save the poor. As promised, some of the other headlines from the south. Thank you for watching. Namaskaram.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
On the 22nd of June, the death toll in the Kalki Hooch tragedy had reached 55. As many as 159 other victims were battling for their lives in hospitals. The deaths occurred after the victims, mostly Dalits and others from socially and economically disadvantaged groups, many of them daily wagers, consumed methanol-infused hooch from a local bootlegger. What is driving Tamil Nadu's illegal alcohol addiction? News 9 Plus decodes. Let us begin by understanding the chronology. The deaths in June 2024 were not an aberration. In 2023, twin hooch tragedy in Tamil Nadu's Villupuram and Chengalpattu districts claimed 22 lives and left 45 others hospitalized. A month after the government claimed that illicit brewing was a thing of past. The biggest problem is that industrial methanol is being diverted to the illicit brewing cottage industry. Another big reason is the easy availability of cheap hooch in the region. Also, the cost of local moonshine is much lower than the price of alcohol in Tamil Nadu State's Marketing Corporation Limited shops. Is selling methanol illegal in Tamil Nadu? The Tamil Nadu's denatured spirit methyl alcohol varnish Rules 1959 also says that methyl spirit cannot be consumed by humans and regulates it with sales and storage licenses. What are the health effects of ethanol consumption? As the victims of Kalki Hooch tragedy experience, methanol, also a form of alcohol, is added to moonshine to increase its strength. Even in moderate quantities, it can lead to liver failure, blindness and death. Which is the law enforcement agency in Tamil Nadu that works to prevent this? The Prohibition Enforcement Wing of Tamil Nadu Police. What is the solution for this problem? Government must crack down on the small-scale industry of illegal brewing in Tamil Nadu. Apart from punitive measures, there must be a state-backed campaign which should be designed to raise awareness about the hazards of illegal brewing. While various governments have shifted the state's position on allowing or banning the brewing of arak, one measure that seemed to have controlled deaths due to hooch after its introduction was the selling of low-cost liquor through Tasman in 2002.
How do you fulfill that promise? Because ultimately expectations have to be met. If you look at the political landscape, is it really changing for women? And what is the inability of the forces that dead bodies surface but not the living people?
The confidence is certainly back in the market.
Do tighten your seat belt so that you can withstand volatility.
I have one humble request to all the viewers of News 9 is that please don't go, there will be a lot of choppiness, there will be a lot of volatility. Look at long term, don't look at short term. Buy quality, don't buy quantity, and wish you all the very best.
हमारा टाइम आ गया है और रहेगा.
This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
For the very first time in our investigation, we unmasked the killer of Ravindra Matre.
In 5G, we have to stand with the world, and in 6G, we have to lead the world.
Winning a Grammy was an absolutely surreal experience.
There are beautiful golf courses, there are well-played golf courses, there are great greens. But I think we are a combination of everything.
Now, because of the nature-friendly atmosphere here, plenty of water, we have, you can hear the birds. So lots and lots of birds live on this golf course.
Every corner you have a different vista. You have the beautiful Sahyadri range behind you, and it's just endless. It keeps going on and on and on and on. So I think no matter what floor you are, you're always slapped in the face by this most amazing view that takes your breath away for a second.
This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
20,000 people dead and counting. What's happening in the United States of America is unprecedented. You will have to pay for this.
News 9 Live. I am Krishna Kumar, and at this hour we're putting the focus on the dark web, which has been the place for the leaks of everything from India's competitive examinations like NEET to data from BSNL. India's competitive exams have a new threat from the dark web. Recently, the UGC, or University Grants Commission National Eligibility Test, or NET, or NET, was cancelled by the government due to integrity concerns. While this is a recent instance, data of around 5.3 million Indian accounts was leaked and put for sale on the dark web in the year 2023 alone. But what exactly is this dark web all about? Let's first take a look at this explainer, and then we'll move forward.
NEET and other top exams have a new threat from the darknet. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan revealed that the UGC NET exam was also called off as the question paper was leaked on the darknet. But what exactly is the darknet? How is it involved in India's paper leak crisis? We've got you all the answers that you need. Watch it till the end. Can the government track you on the darknet? News 9 Plus decodes. Let's try and understand the basics first. What is darknet? Now, darknet is an encrypted part of the internet not discoverable by the general public. You can't access it through a traditional search engine like Google Chrome. According to investigation, it is the part of the internet where the leaked question paper was found. Now, how does the darknet work? Darknet is accessible only through specialized software. The browser commonly used to access darknet is called Tor, which is short for the onion router. As the name suggests, it has multiple encrypted layers through which the traffic to a website is routed. This helps hide the identity of the visitor as well as the details of the site. An onion domain name for the website measures anonymity. It is almost impossible to trace the geographical location from where these sites are being operated. Now, can someone be tracked on the darknet? Well, it's certainly not easy. Experts believe that the dark web is huge. Only 5 to 10% of the internet is easily accessible. The rest of it is dark web. While finding someone on the darknet is difficult, law enforcement agencies are now monitoring it proactively. They are doing it by thinking like criminals who visit the darknet for illegal activities and interacting with suspected criminals. Well, the road ahead is not easy. The biggest challenge for law enforcement agencies on the darknet is anonymity. Global collaboration is also required to track someone. Now, is using the darknet illegal? Accessing the darknet is not prohibited by law. Not everything that happens on the darknet may necessarily be criminal, but those involved in illegal activities certainly love the anonymity to avoid detection by regulatory bodies. Experts say that the darknet is being used for drugs and human trafficking, and even for planning assassinations. Now, it is certainly possible that the darknet is being used by criminals offering illegal services, including the NEET paper leak. The question paper was reportedly leaked on the darknet for 6 lakh rupees.
From question paper leaks to data leaks, it's all on the dark web. What do we do about it? How do we find answers to this difficult question? We have some people helping us do that. We have Mr. Pradeep Gupta, Chairman, Cyber Media Group, joining us on this broadcast. We also have Air Marshal Devesh Vats joining us. We have Dr. Shailesh Kumar, Chief Data Scientist at Reliance Jio, with us. We also have Mr. Shashank Shekhar, co-founder, Future Crime Research Foundation, also with us. Thank you all of you for taking time out to be with us. I'm going to begin by asking Mr. Pradeep Gupta a very simple, straightforward question. I mean, the country right now is outraged over the NEET paper leak, but the fact of the matter is that the dark web is not just about paper leaks or data leaks by BSNL. It's a clear and present danger for anybody and everybody, you, me, and all those watching this broadcast.
So yes, it is a deal, because it is used for all varieties of illicit activities like, gun running, smuggling, drugs, all variety of things it is used for. Having said that, the reason why it is also not illegal is because there are some good things that the dark web can be used for. All right. So, for example, in very controlled political systems, if you want to have communication channels, you will use the dark net. It was used, for example, in the Arab Spring. So there are some good usages also. You want to have corporate privacy, you will use the dark net. But by and large, that is maybe perhaps the 15% good part, but the 85% of it is actually a lot of illicit and illegal activities that go on the web.
Right. Stay with us. Let me just take this over. Dr. Shailesh Kumar, Chief Data Scientist at Reliance Jio. Dr. Shailesh Kumar, we're talking about this at a time when, we're with 5G having already arrived amongst all of us. But, as, the consumption of data grows, as telecommunications takes the next big leap, dark web